All right, whether you drive a little or a lot, pretty much nobody escapes the impacts of rising gas prices, particularly here in California, which is one of the most expensive states, obviously.
Whew.
There have been some ideas to try to ease the pain that people are filling up these days, and I feel it every single time. I know, I literally wince because I see just the price going up and up and up.
It is not going in the right direction. Joining us to talk about the economic impacts of all this is our good friend Craig Barkis, professor of business law at the University of San Diego. So nice to see you here on this Sunday morning. I'm sure you're feeling it as well, Craig.
Well, it's nice to see both of you, and I wish I had some magic bullet to make it all go away, but it's difficult on everyone.
You know that, let's talk about this, the $400 rebate proposal, which would be provided to every taxpayer. It's one of the ideas brought up. What's your take on how much that could actually help?
Well, we are in an election year, and of course, our elected officials want to do something to help, and they're very mindful of the public is watching. While I'm definitely in favor of helping people as much as we can, I look at my own circumstances. Fortunately, I live close to work. I don't use a lot of gas. I would be getting that $400 increase in a way that doesn't really, I'm not someone who spends a lot of money on gas, but it will help some people. But it's one of those kinds of things where the government is giving money to everybody, and then it has this impact. If you get $400, are you more or less likely to increase your driving? I mean, you're going to increase it, exactly. And so there's always this law of unintended consequences where you put more dollars in people's pockets and they feel like they obviously have more disposable income, and they're more likely to actually perhaps increase usage. So while it might alleviate some pain, it does create some other issues.
Listening to the professor, Craig, you noted that it is an election year, and that was really the golden nugget in there. Maryland and Georgia, too, temporarily suspended their state's gas taxes. There was talk about doing that here as one possible solution. Not sure how much you think that might help. It's roughly, 50 cents a gallon? And then opponents have said it would cripple our infrastructure and it would stop too many of the projects. What's your take on that? Another election year proposal?
Well, your question was so good, it actually had most of my answer in it. But in any event, yeah, the concern is that what happens if that price deduction of 51 cents isn't passed along to the consumer? I mean, do you know what goes into the cost of a gallon of gas? I don't think any of us do know entirely. We do know the gas tax is part of it, but at the same time, we're not quite sure what oil companies are charging us for, and there's no guarantee that cut in gas tax would be passed through the consumer. And even if it was initially, there's no guarantee that it would actually stay. But yes, it certainly does have political appeal, and I think there's competition right now among politicians to try to say, look, we're doing something, and it's hard to oppose any proposal because then you're of course accused of not wanting to help the public at large.
That's a great point.
Oh, all right, something we can talk about forever because I know in topics of conversation it comes up quite a lot. Craig, thank you so much for joining us this morning. We really appreciate it.
A pleasure as always. Thank you.
Great to see you.